Unit 6, Lesson 2, Video 3. Our second area of focus, theoretical probability. And this is what we are most used to seeing and working on. The probability of an event occurring based on probability principles. Now, probability principles are things like dice, cards, and so on. So it's something that we know everything that's possible, and we can easily figure out what the probability of something is. So for example, we have one bag of candy contains 15 red candies, 10 yellow candies. We've talked about these already. And again, how do we know that it's a theoretical probability question? Well, here we have probability being asked, and we know all the scenarios. Okay? We have a bank that contains 3 pennies, 8 nickels, and 4 dimes, 10 quarters. What's the probability of picking a penny? We know what's in that set, so we can calculate what's going on. Here we have a bag, contains 1 green, 4 red, 5 yellow. Take this out, not 2. We would say just 1, and say what's the probability of picking yellow ball? That's theory. So could we know what is inside there? Now it's important to look at the difference between this and an experimental probability question, because if you look at the experiment, we said, well, we have 100 people here. We know from asking them who's in there, that should be considered theoretical. Well, it is, except that in that scenario, I could go next door to another theater and ask again. It's the fact that you're collecting information, you're going out and acting out on it, where in theory, in these questions, you're given this information up front and so on. So we're not really going out actively creating a sample space. So they're very similar, but it's a nuance here that we're trying to get to. Theory is basically knowing that you know what's in your jar, you know what's in your deck of cards and so on, and from that information you can now predict what's going to happen. So lots of things that we haven't discussed. You could have a spinner, and again a dice, or 2 dice and cards and so on. So this ends Unit 6, Lesson 2, Video 3 on theoretical probability.